poverty, fighting for our brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico to make sure they get the housing and support they deserve as American citizens. And she is fighting for the people in Lawrence and Andover and North Andover so that they are made whole after the natural gas explosions and fires last year, and that gas company is held accountable. I've been in Congress for a while now, and no one knows how to fight for what is right better than Elizabeth Warren. And these days, fighting for what is right means fighting the dangerous, divisive, hateful agenda of Donald Trump. But the good news is that no one knows how to get under Donald Trump's skin better than Elizabeth Warren.
All right, that's Senator Ed Markey, the senior senator from Massachusetts, who's among those showing support for Senator Warren as she prepares to officially announce that she is running for president in 2020. She's making her announcement in Lawrence, Massachusetts. That'll be at any moment. Now, my panel's back with me. I want to go around really quickly, quick lightning round before we get the senator on board. And one of the issues that Senator Markey obviously is very much involved in, he is a co-sponsor of the Green New Deal. That's going to be a big deal. Elizabeth Warren is one of the members of Congress that's really focusing on climate change as an important issue, Leah. Do you think that that issue can be something? Does the environment move votes, I guess, is the question. It hasn't in the past.
Right. So the environment moves votes when you connect it to actual practical, people's lived experiences in everyday lives, right? So if we think about something like Flint, Michigan,
right,
that is an environmental issue. It is a policy issue. It is a racial issue that has implications far-reaching that, of course, people care about, right? When we think about something like the Dakota Access Pipeline and things like that, that is also connected to environmental issues that has a measurable impact on people's day-to-day lives. So there is absolutely a way in which we can expand that, right? There are elements of the, the Green New Deal that talk about transportation and travel that has implications for economics, that has implications for jobs, that has implications for the suburbs and the cities and the people that live in these cities. So when we talk about, climate and policy and, people saying, well, maybe that's not the sexiest thing that we should be using. Actually, it has wide-reaching, sprawling implications for all of these populations and groups. And so one of the things that we've seen that for the people who have, come out in support of the new Green New Deal has been the way in which they have connected it to both kind of these other historical issues that are really important to people on the ground.
Yeah, and Gyasi, it's also being connected. The reason it's being called Green New Deal and not just a green program is that they're connecting it to jobs. And this is all kind of interrelated, talking about economics and, of course, taxes. And there's a big debate right now about whether or not the super rich should be paying more in order to make possible things like a Green New Deal, things like expanded health care. Do you think that this issue winds up, is this the era where Democrats can actually talk affirmatively about things like taxes and not just be, destroyed for it?
I think that absolutely we need to talk. We need to have audacious conversations regarding taxation of the ultra wealthy. Excuse me. And this is the time to do that. There are obviously certain constitutionality issues regarding this particular wealth tax, and anything that has a quote-unquote direct taxation, where our, those founding fathers, white people's founding fathers, said that, you can't directly tax, and this was a compromise related to slavery, so it makes sense that wealthy white people don't want to tax what they see as unfairly other wealthy, largely white people. So no, there's certain constitutionality issues. I think it's a conversation that has to happen. I'm not sure in a Congress that can't even pass a budget that we're going to, if it requires a constitutional amendment, that we're going to get 2/3 of Congress and 3/4 of the state to approve this when we're facing another shutdown. I'm not sure that's going to happen. Joy, just really briefly regarding the Green New Deal. That's something that has largely been offered by native indigenous activists because indigenous people were the first environmentalists here.
Right.
And that's something where Elizabeth Warren absolutely may be able to make some hay. But she has one hang-up, that she was not somebody who was an outspoken opponent or an opponent at all publicly of the Dakota Access Pipeline. And that's something that she is going to have to answer for in this Green New Deal conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Dakota Access Pipeline is definitely going to come back as an issue. I'm going to
system.
All right, I want to really quickly thank my panel because we're going to listen to Joe Kennedy III because he is actually introducing Elizabeth Warren. But I wanted to make sure that I got a chance to thank Leah Wright Rigueur, Jason Johnson, Karine Jean-Pierre, Gyasi Ross, Jimmy Williams, and Beth Fouhy. Thank you guys very much. We're going to listen in, and then after Joe Kennedy III, you will be listening to Elizabeth Warren. Let's go back to that.
Thanks for watching. To see more videos, click right here, and subscribe.